Okay, friends, today we're going to do a whole beef tenderloin. I'm going to show you the way I cook it usually. This is a huge one. This is 8 pounds. This will feed 10, 12 people. I have a larger group this weekend, so this is a really economical way to go. This is 131 bucks. You get 2 filet mignons usually in a restaurant. That's what you'll pay. So I'm going to show you how we break this down, how I break it down. Going to start with my Heinkel boning knife and just take it out of the package here. Okay. This is the head. This is the tail. This is the middle cut. This is the Chateaubriand cut right here. We're going to start by peeling off this fat. And we're going to save most of these scraps. That's what this is for. We're going to make a fond. You've heard me say that before. We're going to make a sauce out of the scraps. Okay, this right here is the chain. Like if you're taking this to go camping or something, I wouldn't cut this off. I would eat this. But there's a lot of great meat in here. You can pick through it. But we're going to use this to make our stock. It just has a lot of sinew running through it. So we're just going to take that right off. Okay. Alright, and now here's the tail. Tail, save. This will not be thrown away. This will be made for the customer, take home or whatever. Okay, now we'll take the silver skin off. Just angling the knife up. Saving it too. Silver skin's has great flavor in a sauce. Okay. Get this little part that runs. When you buy filet mignon in the grocery store, you want to look for what is obviously coming from like right here, the center cut. This is the best part. A lot of times you'll see it in the grocery store. You'll see like it'll be cut and you'll see gristle running through it. That's because they're selling you the head right here. This is I mean, it's good, but if you're gonna go ahead and spend the money, make sure you look and get it from this center section right here. This is the Chateaubriand. That's the best section of it. Cut this little tip off right here. It's kind of sinewy. We're going to keep going through here, getting all this silver skin out. You can run the knife down there. Coming right in here. Getting the knife. And we're going to tie this up too, so it'll all be even. All these scraps we save. Okay, that's pretty clean. Now the back side, like I said, if you're gonna go camping or whatever, I would leave this on. If you're gonna like do it rustic style, but we're gonna trim this fat off. It's just where it connects to the ribs. Okay, right there. This piece of sinew. Like I always say, a lot of times you go to a restaurant, they might have great quality meat, but if they have a chef there, a lazy chef, or somebody doesn't know what they're doing, and they just cut steaks out of stuff, and they don't trim it right, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have a tough, no matter how much you pay, usually it's going to be tough. Just clean that up a little bit. Okay, there's always a big chunk of fat right here. We'll save this. This will go right in our sauce. Right here. Alright. There's our scraps. This will save. This will be for the sauce. And then when I come back, I'm going to show you how to tie this up. Okay, we have our twine. This is just the cheap $2 butcher's twine or whatever they sell in the store. I'm just going to cut it into strips. I don't make one of those fancy trusses. I just do it. I've always just done it this way. It works. It does the same exact thing, and there's less string involved. Okay, so start up at the head here. And if you actually have somebody to put their finger down on it for you, I mean, as funny as that sounds, it really helps out. Okay, and I always cut these little ends off. Going through. This just helps the cooking. It helps in the appearance and the uniformity of the cooking process. Maybe one right here. purchase. Okay. That one's sussy. Make a little groove for it. Alright. Put that in the middle, in the chateau. Last one right here. Okay, there we have our whole beef tenderloin, whole filet mignon that we're going to pan sear and roast off in the oven. I'm going to make a nice peppercorn sauce. Then I'm going to show you the next step here. Okay, here we are. We're browning the meat off. You know, don't throw it in the pan all at once. I kind of like pile it up on the corner, and then as the pan gets really, really, really hot, I kind of scoot it down. But we're going to get this nice and caramelized, and then I'll show you the next step. I'm serving this tonight with whipped potatoes, but I have these beautiful, I've already seasoned them up. That's why they look dusty. But these beautiful farmers market carrots and the acorn squash that I get from the farmer's market here. I really love going to farmers markets. I've discovered a really great one here where I work. You know, if you've never been to a farmer's market, a couple things you need to know. You know, the prices are going to be usually, you know, a little bit higher than the grocery store, but the quality is going to be worth the price. You know, there is a demographic at these farmers markets, and they're like people that are obviously, that's not their primary job. It's a hobby business for them, and they tend to really overcharge for their products. I had paid, lady had shiitakes, and they looked really, really good. I mean, top-notch shiitakes, and she had these little brown paper bags you couldn't see in them, and they said $7 on the bag, so I bought a bag of shiitakes for $7, brown paper bag, and I figured, you know, there was going to be, you know, 18, 20 shiitakes in there. I know how much bags weigh. When I picked the bag up, it was light. I was like, oh my god, okay. So I opened it up in the car, and it was 7 shiitakes for $7. So there are people like that at the farmer's market that want to retire off literally a box of radishes, but you know, I always suggest going to a farmer's market. It's fun. Shop around and see all the things and the soaps and the, you know, stuff. I really like it, and I get my knives sharpened there. Guy professionally sharpens them for me. So that's a little interlude, and I'll be checking back with you on the next step. Okay, now we're going to season up this tenderloin. Salt, obviously, not too much, because you know, the sauce has salt in it and everything. You don't want to salt it too much. Nice salt, okay. A little garlic powder, a little onion powder, okay, and some chopped up rosemary. This will make a nice toasty flavor when we sear it here. Okay. All right. It's all seasoned up, and oh, almost forgot. Fresh pepper. I've got to buy a good pepper mill. I have a nice one at home. I don't bring it to work, but I need to buy a good pepper mill. Actually, like if you can find a vintage Peugeot from France, after the war, these car companies, like manufacturing companies, I'm talking World War II, they made all kinds of stuff just to stay in business. And Peugeot, of course, being French, made these pepper mills, and This is what they look like. There's so many knockoffs, rip-offs of this pepper mill. You want to look and see, because this is a crap one. The gears, everything is not precise. It's a shitty pepper mill. I had a Peugeot pepper mill. It broke. But you can find them in antique stores. A lot of people don't know what they are. But if you can find a real Peugeot pepper mill, buy it. I don't care what it costs, buy it. I'm gonna start looking around, try to find another one this winter when I have some time. But yeah, that's it. So now we're gonna sear it, and I'll show you the next step as we're searing this. All right, our beef tenderloin is all seared off. This is going to go in the oven for about 35 minutes. I want the interior temperature to be about 135. You know, my clientele likes a nice medium rare, so that's what we're going to try to achieve. I have it in a 330 oven, and I'm going to cook it in there for half an hour, check it, and then see where we stand. Here's our nice stock right here. And then after we sear this off, after we bake this off and it's finished, I'll show you how to make the sauce. Okay, our filet is out of the oven, and we're gonna let it rest for 5-10 minutes. Finish the sauce up. Here's our carrots. These are purple carrots, they're not burned, they're just purple. So we have our pan here with our hot grease in it, from roasting. Gonna add shallots. Shallots are actually going to deglaze the pan a little bit. And then we're going to add peppercorns. That's probably too many. Sorry about that. So we've got a few peppercorns in there. Then we're going to add some nice red wine. We're going to let that reduce and then add our stock. Alright, I've added my beef stock, and I've added a little roux that I made. I'm going to thicken this up, and we're going to finish up our sauce here in a couple minutes, and then we're going to serve this. Okay, we have our filet. It's done. It looks beautiful here. It's rested for, I don't know, about 5 minutes. They're getting hungry, so I'm going to get it out. Alright, now I want to start cutting this. Oh, it's cooked perfectly. Normally I would carve this at the table, but because of COVID, this year I just been carving them and then, you know, just serving them. Okay, so that's what we like to see. This nice red all the way through, nice. Okay, let's pick it up. Put it in here. Try to pull it out a little bit so they can see it, that it's nice. Customers can see that it's nice and rare. Medium rare. Okay, and then we have our carrots. I got these little carrots strictly for a garnish. So we're just going to garnish them in here. They're not burnt, like these are purple carrots. Some of them are purple, so they're not burned. They look burned, but they're purple. Just want to disclose that. Chefs never burn anything. We just over bake it. Or blame somebody. Nobody to blame here but me, so. Alright, nice carrots. Nice garnish. I like to say nice. I don't know why. Alright. Apart from growing up watching Emerald, he said nice to everything. So, okay. Look at that. Add a nice lush Italian parsley. And our sauce is done. Go ahead and put a little sauce on it, just to give it a little luster. All right. And that's it. Beef tenderloin, nice carrot garnish, cooked perfectly, medium rare. This camera picks it up pretty good. They're really going to enjoy this. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be getting on some fish pretty soon.